let's talk about the OnePlus 13. So, big competitor to the S25 Ultra. I think it's a great all-rounder, to be fair. It's got a beautiful display, 6.82 inches. Here's an interesting one, E. It's got IP68 and IP69 rating for water and dust resistance, right?
Mhm.
I was actually a little bit confused about this because whenever I saw, I was like, why didn't they just call it IP69, right? Because it's the high number. No, but they're two separate things. So IP68 covers submersion. So that's how long you can submerge the device into water. IP69, so the 9 in IP69 covers high pressure, right? So can it endure high pressure water jets? So for instance, if you're going to put it under a tap, for example, and it's very high pressure, two very different things, which is why whenever you see that, you won't just see, for example, with the OnePlus 13, it'll say IP68/IP69. And so will things like the Honor Magic 7 Pro. That's something that the S25 Ultra doesn't have. It has a Snapdragon 8 Elite with up to 16 gigabytes of RAM, so more RAM. One area that it definitely beats the S25 Ultra in, hands down, is when it comes to battery life. We've got a 6,000 milliamp hour silicon carbon cell, and it's dual cell as well, so they're 3,000 milliamps, so it charges much faster as well. Battery life is better, hands down, compared to the S25 Ultra, and you've got 100 watts of Super VOOC charging as well as 50 watts of Air VOOC charging. So again, both of those are faster compared to the S25 Ultra.
Yeah.
And it also comes in at a low price. So it starts at around £900 or $900. And, that's around $400 less than what the S25 Ultra starts at. So that's a significant reduction in price in comparison. What are your thoughts on the OnePlus 13?
I got mixed thoughts. Everything sounds great on paper, and OnePlus fans don't hate me. I think my biggest thing was just more the camera. I think OnePlus has the right idea. I could care less about IP68 and IP69. The reason I say that is I think most consumers will care less about that and they will be confused. Staff took some time to explain that. That's the problem, right? Unless they coined the phrase and just said, it's the new IP durable, which means it just covers everything. But again, most consumers are not going to be intentionally, unless, of course, some mistake you put it inside the washing machine, then you need help more than anything else, not the phone. I think for me, it boils down to, battery life and camera, which the battery life stuff, they've done well. They've done an excellent job there. The camera is where, again, it still is, it's a good camera, but to me, the S24 Ultra holds up against it very well. So it doesn't bring anything new to the table. One of the things that, Vivo has done this year, or even with we'll see like Oppo, Honor, is that they bring something new, and then excuse me, which means the new phones this year have to beat that or match.
Okay.
You can't be matching against, in my mind, you can't be matching against last year's phone. That doesn't work at all.
Well, technically, it kind of came out in November, so
Actually,
could you call it a last year phone?
yeah, I guess so. But I think it's a solid device. I think OnePlus is on the track to kind of bring itself to that forefront. The one thing I would say that is left in OnePlus's arsenal is the hype. I say this in all due respect because Vivo launched without anything. This is not a US launch, but there was hype. There was hype about the camera. There was hype. There was some kind of hype. OnePlus launch, we all made videos. Where's the hype?
This is the thing. With all of the coverage that I've done with the OnePlus, it's been fine. But interestingly enough, right, the OnePlus 13R has been getting more attention from what I've seen compared to the OnePlus 13. Now, obviously, this is 100% down to my video that I shot in Dubai with the OnePlus 13R.
Of
No,
course.
but genuinely speaking, when I've been this is talking from what I'm posting. I'm posting stuff with the OnePlus 13R. There seems to be a lot more attention and hype around that compared to the OnePlus 13, and that's interesting because I guess the OnePlus 13R it's still a very good package. for a quite a much lower price, especially in the US. It's like what, around $600 in the US, which is for a device like that is very good, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, no, I agree. I mean, if it's,
He's like, is it really? Because I need to get
I
one.
thought it was 5, but I could be wrong.
Is
right
it?
now? I thought it was close to 5. No, 600. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah,
I think there was a launch.
He's that is making me doubt myself. In the UK, I think it's still a little bit like, because it's £680 in the UK, right? So then it's just like, okay, a couple of £100 more, you can get the OnePlus 13. But in the US, for $600, I mean, that is a very good deal, I would say, for a smartphone that I would say ticks most of the boxes. Battery life, again, amazing. A huge 6,000 milliamp hour battery. Yes, it's got the 8 Gen 3, but for $600,
I
can't go wrong.
yeah, that's not a bad deal. Plus, you can trade in, you get up to $189 off. And honestly, it's not a bad deal, especially you have things like the LG Wing for $129 off, the LG Stylus, LG V50 ThinQ, $148 back.
Hey,
These
if you've got
phones,
the LG Wing, you keep that, man. You keep that bad boy.
yes,
That's some memorabilia there.
I agree with that one. But LG Q Stylus Plus, $143 back off. That is a great deal. So if you have old LG phones other than the Wing, trade it in. Get this.
But okay, so here's a question. Did the OnePlus 13 and the 13R come with chargers out of the box in the US?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the thing. In the UK, no longer.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. So you got a
Really?
slimmer box, and that was quite controversial. People were very annoyed about that.
But it's the UK. You're supposed to have chargers in the box.
No, we're not part of the EU anymore, so
that's
after
right.
Brexit, it's like,
it's
all right now. We don't have to do anything, so it's all good. So yeah.
Oh man, I forgot
so
about
in
that.
the US, you will get your charger. In the UK, you won't. So I don't know. I think the OnePlus 13R in the US is a very good deal. I think the OnePlus 13 is good. I would agree that I think the cameras are good overall, right? Okay, very good quality cameras, but I think you're right. They're not going to really meet the expectations of some of the other flagships that are out there, like the Vivo X200 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. But if that's, I mean, again, it's not to say the cameras are bad, but if that's not your priority, and your priority is performance, battery life for sure, then, and I also like that texture, the blue sort of, grippy texture that they've got at the back of the device. I don't know what
I'm not a big fan of it.
No?
I feel like it makes the phone bigger. I like just the regular. I wish they made sandstone again. To me personally, I would take sandstone.
Oh yeah,
over,
sandstone. Good times.
Yeah. But
That's
no,
a
it's not
proper
bad.
throwback.
I preferred like just the regular look of the device, or sandstone again, guys. Make a sandstone phone.
You make
Just
a
saying.
special edition for
the
Singala
Colonel. The Colonel's itchy for some sandstone.
Oh mate.